Men are hurting. They are struggling in silence, burdened by expectations they cannot meet and pressures they cannot articulate. This is a crisis, a silent epidemic of despair that festers beneath the surface of our society. We see the symptoms everywhere: rising rates of depression, addiction, and suicide among men. We see it in the anger and frustration that spills out in unhealthy ways. This crisis is not a coincidence. It is the result of a perfect storm of cultural shifts, societal expectations, and personal choices. Men are taught to be strong, to suppress their emotions, to man up in the face of adversity. But what happens when this stoicism becomes a prison, a barrier to seeking help and finding solace? We need to talk about men's mental health. We need to break down the stigma, to create space for vulnerability and honesty. We need to equip men with the tools and resources they need to navigate the challenges of modern life and reclaim their mental well-being. This is not just a men's issue, it's a human issue. When men suffer, families suffer, communities suffer. It's time to face this crisis head-on and offer men the support they desperately need. From a young age, boys are bombarded with messages about what it means to be a man. Be strong, be a provider, be stoic. These messages, while often well-intentioned, can create a heavy burden. They can lead men to suppress their emotions, to view vulnerability as weakness, and to suffer in silence. The reality is that true strength lies in acknowledging our vulnerabilities. It lies in seeking help when we need it, and in supporting one another through life's challenges. We need to redefine masculinity in a way that embraces both strength and vulnerability, that encourages men to express their emotions and seek help without shame. Men are not immune to mental health struggles. They face unique pressures and challenges that can impact their well-being. Factors like job insecurity, financial strain, and relationship breakdowns can take a significant toll on men's mental health. It's time to create a world where men feel empowered to prioritize their mental health, to seek help without fear of judgment, and to support one another in their struggles. This is not about special treatment. It's about creating a level playing field where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. The foundations of traditional masculinity are crumbling, and not all of it is progress. While the dismantling of harmful patriarchal structures is crucial, the rise of a certain brand of radical feminism has left many men feeling demonized and misunderstood. This feeling of being under attack can lead to resentment, anger, and a sense of alienation, further exacerbating mental health issues. Simultaneously, men are facing a health crisis of their own making. Unhealthy lifestyles, fueled by poor diet, lack of exercise, and excessive consumption of alcohol and drugs, are wreaking havoc on their physical and mental well-being. This is not about blaming men, but about acknowledging the role of personal responsibility in this crisis. The solution lies in finding a balance. We need to challenge harmful stereotypes about masculinity, while also encouraging men to take ownership of their health and well-being. This means adopting healthier lifestyles, seeking help when needed, and building strong support systems. Section 4. Mirrors and filters, social media's toll. Social media, once a tool for connection, has morphed into a breeding ground for comparison and self-doubt. Men are bombarded with images of carefully curated lives, six-pack abs, and picture-perfect relationships. This constant exposure to unrealistic standards of success and masculinity can fuel feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. The pursuit of likes and followers becomes a hollow chase, leaving men feeling emptier and more disconnected than ever. Social media algorithms, designed to keep us scrolling, exploit our insecurities and dopamine cravings, trapping us in a vicious cycle of validation seeking and self-sabotage. It's time to unplug from the matrix, to step away from the curated feeds and reconnect with reality. Real strength comes from within, from defining your own values and pursuing your own definition of success. Limit your social media consumption. Be mindful of the content you consume and focus on building genuine connections in the real world. Section 5. Financial insecurity, a breeding ground for anxiety. Financial instability is a significant source of stress and anxiety for men. The traditional role of the provider weighs heavily on many, and the inability to fulfill this role can lead to feelings of shame, inadequacy, and despair. The pressure to succeed in a competitive job market, coupled with rising living costs and economic uncertainty, creates a breeding ground for mental health issues. This is not about promoting a materialistic mindset. It's about acknowledging the very real impact of financial insecurity on mental well-being. Men need to feel financially secure to thrive. This means taking control of their finances, seeking financial literacy, and exploring different career paths that align with their values and passions. To Section 6, the dopamine trap, a vicious cycle. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. This primal instinct, once essential for survival, has been hijacked by the modern world. We are bombarded with cheap dopamine hits, readily available through junk food, social media, pornography, and video games. These instant gratifications provide temporary relief, but ultimately leave us feeling emptier and more unfulfilled. This dopamine overload wreaks havoc on our brain chemistry, making it harder to experience pleasure from everyday activities. We become trapped in a vicious cycle of seeking ever-increasing doses of stimulation to feel anything at all. This cycle fuels addiction, procrastination, and a sense of apathy towards life. Breaking free from the dopamine trap requires conscious effort and discipline. It involves identifying your triggers, setting boundaries with technology, and finding healthy sources of pleasure and fulfillment. Reconnect with nature, engage in meaningful activities, and cultivate gratitude for the simple things in life. Section 7. Reclaiming your power. A path to mental fortitude. Mental health is not merely the absence of illness, it's a state of active well-being. It's about feeling good about yourself and your life, about having the resilience to navigate challenges and the strength to pursue your goals. Reclaiming your mental power requires a holistic approach, one that addresses both the internal and external factors impacting your well-being. Start by taking ownership of your thoughts and emotions. Challenge negative self-talk, cultivate self-compassion, and focus on what you can control. Set clear boundaries, prioritize your needs, and learn to say no to things that drain your energy. Embrace a growth mindset, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Reach out to trusted friends, family members, or a therapist. Seek support groups or online communities where you can connect with others who understand your struggles. The path to mental strength is not always easy, but it is a journey worth taking.